More new video now incoming from the Israeli Defense Force. It shows the IDF and Navy intercepting drones launched by Iranian missile boats and fighter jets. Lieutenant Colonel Nadav Shoshani, IDF international spokesperson, is with me now. Lieutenant Colonel, first of all, talk to me about exactly what you're facing. It is nightfall now. Has anything ramped up from Iran, or is it about the same?
Well, we've seen in recent hours, and thank you for having me. We've
Absolutely.
seen in recent hours Iran fire over 100 UAVs towards Israel. These are deadly UAVs. Uh, um, Thankfully, we were able to intercept them with our Air Force and also, as you showed in your video, with the Navy. And we understand, we've seen it in the past. Iran has been the number one exporter of terror in the Middle East. They have attacked us twice with hundreds of ballistic missiles, endangering millions of Israelis. And we understand that could happen in the coming hours and days, and we're prepared for that. Also, warning our civilians, but also preparing with our defense system to thwart any attack that they may kind of direct it against us.
Lieutenant Colonel Shoshani, I know that when October 7th first happened, there was a lot of discussion about Egypt and the Gaza border and all of that. And Egypt was kind of central to the conversation about how do you get an aid if you can do that, so on and so forth. And of course, most importantly, the hostages. Now, though, I'm interested in what they're saying because it looks like some of the neighbors have some interesting things to say. The Arab Republic of Egypt condemns the military attacks launched by Israeli army on the Islamic Republic of Iran at dawn, June 13th, 2025. What is the situation as you look across the Middle East and your closest neighbors right now outside of Iran? Where are you keeping tabs on what motion might happen next?
Well, there's a big difference, and I can speak about this as a military man. There's a big difference about what different countries say and their actions and what they say to us in private conversations.
Mm,
Iran, as a nuclear force, is a problem for the region. Not only the region, they have missiles that can reach most of Europe. Iran having a nuclear weapons is not just an Israeli problem. Israel is the only one dealing with it, but it's not an Israeli problem. It is a global problem. It is a problem for the region, and I can tell you this: a lot of countries in the region are very happy to see this threat being pushed back, seeing this immediate threat on the whole region of Iran having a nuclear weapon being thwarted in the last second, and it's something Israelis are very happy to do. It's not something we chose to do. We have to do it. It's our obligation to protect the people of Israel, and many other countries understand the risk and the danger of Iran having a nuclear problem, and they understand why Israel is doing what we're doing.
yeah. And you've seen that from some around the region. Just real quickly, Iran says it's got much more in terms of a retaliation. What do you expect, and what are you, certainly anticipating because you've seen this before in some regards?
Well, we've seen them attack us before. We've seen over 100 UAVs today that we were able to intercept. And we've seen in previous rounds Iran fire hundreds of ballistic missiles at us. And I remind you, just one ballistic missile that has a direct impact can kill hundreds of people. But we've had a lot of success in the past against those types of attack. It
Hmm.
doesn't mean it's going to stay like that, but we're ready to defend ourselves and we understand what they're about to do. And we're actually being proactive about it. This was a preemptive strike against their nuclear sites. And we're also, while we're doing that, we're acting preemptively against their surface to surface missiles. We're attacking the sites where they're keeping those ballistic missiles. We have actually, and we've put video of this, we have attacked ballistic missiles on their way to be launched at Israel. So we are doing our best to have our defense ready, but also have active defense. Going at those strategic points where they keep the ballistic missiles, where they manufacture the ballistic missiles, to make sure that we are able to remove them. And I want to tell you, a nuclear weapon is an existential threat. I think it's clear for everyone why it's an existential threat
Yes,
on Israel and why we have to act against it. But thousands of ballistic missiles is also another type of an existential threat.
absolutely.
And we see Iran try and arm themselves with thousands of ballistic missiles against Israel. They fired hundreds of ballistic missiles. I got to see one of them up close. 17 tons, some of those missiles. And they are planning on firing thousands of those against us, and that is also part of why we operate. And actually, in recent hours, we've been able to track those missiles and intercept them and thwart them before they're fired at us.
Prevention. Lieutenant Colonel Shoshani, thank you very much for the detail and for the mission. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.